There's a reason I have most people start with this protocol. Hi, my name is Phil. I'm with Silver Fern brand. I'm going to explain, let me give a couple disclosures, and then I will explain why I have most people start with this protocol. First disclosure, and I always do this just to make sure people start in the right spot. We do not want you to have a bad experience. If you start in the wrong spot, you're going to have a bad experience. We do not want that for any reason. I'd actually prefer you not buy than start with the wrong products and have a bad experience. So here's the first disclosure. If you have any stomach issues and or constipation problems, please go do the pre-cleanup protocol. It is very difficult to clean up a system when your stomach is having problems and your system is slow and detox pathways are closed and you have nervous system dysfunction. There's my disclosure on that. Second disclosure. This is not a cleanup for people that have major pathogen overload. I think you know what that means. Severe bloating, severe bacteria overgrowth, major candida issues, parasite issues, mycotoxins, biofilm. You have severe gut issue symptoms, severe food intolerances, and stuff like that. You need to go do the major cleanup. As all things with Silver Fern, if stomach issues and slow system issues are present, you go do the pre-cleanup protocol, and then you pick the cleanup protocol per the severity of your problems, okay? So those are my two disclosures. So why do I suggest most people should start with this protocol? Or why I have most people start with this protocol? The answer is if you can address issues before they become huge, that's best. It's the least expensive thing to do. It's by far the best way to approach things. Who wants to go through a life of lots of pain and discomfort and health problems before they address their issues? I don't want to do that. Unfortunately, I had severe gut issues. I wish to hell somebody would have had me start on a protocol before I developed all of those issues. So this is the protocol when people come into me and they ask, where should I start? And when I ask them a list of issues, they're like, I don't really have a lot of gut issues. I'm starting to have some food discomfort, intolerance things. I'm worried about the gut affecting my skin. I'm worried about my metabolism, my immune system. I'm worried about nutrient absorption stuff, but I don't have major gut symptoms. This is the protocol I suggest for these people. I get asked a ton about antibiotics. A lot of people are like, I'm going to go on antibiotics. I'm on antibiotics. I just came off antibiotics. I had this question this morning from somebody, a friend. They're like, hey, I just got off antibiotics. This is for like UTI, sinus infections, whatever. A lot of people for this reason or that, they go on antibiotics. This is the protocol for that. This is the preventative protocol. Why is this protocol effective with antibiotics? I will explain in a minute, but generally speaking, it's going to help prevent it'll make antibiotic use more effective. There's the first thing. And then the second thing is it'll help prevent antibiotic-caused imbalances. That's why. A lot of people are like, I'm just under a heavy stress, or I know it's a cold and flu season is coming. They're just trying to make sure that they have a healthy gut. They want to do a gut cleanup, but they don't need to do a major cleanup. This is the protocol for those people, okay? This protocol has two products. One is called Cleanse. One is called Ultimate Probiotic. Let's start with Cleanse. This one's an easy one. The hero ingredient in Cleanse is called Immunolin. Immunolin is a binder. We source it out of the US. Super effective. It is derived from beef cattle in a USDA, FDA approved facility, by the way. The main ingredient in it is IgG. It has other antibodies in it as well, and it has albumin that does bind to heavy metals. It does do that. But the main ingredient in Cleanse is IgG. It stays in the intestinal system. It inherently knows what to bind to get rid of, and it does not bind to beneficial organisms. It does not bind to medications, nutrients, minerals. It is a very effective product with a crazy amount of clinical research behind it. The reason we don't have people take a heavy binder when they're constipated, by the way, is because when your system is slow and you're binding everything up and the body is not pushing it through, it makes you more constipated and bloated. That's the simple answer, okay? So Cleanse is something I would take with food, but you don't have to take it with food. The reason I take it with food is twofold. One, whenever you're touching your hand to your mouth and food's going in anything's going in your mouth, that's the most likely chance of pathogens getting in. There's the first obvious reason. And the second reason is the capsules are big, and taking it with food, it makes swallowing the capsules easier. So there you go. Do you have to take it with food? No. Okay. So this is a binder. It's going to clean up the system. It's not a major like digger upper of biofilm, but it is absolutely very effective. This is my go-to, by the way. If I have diarrhea and loose stools suddenly, this is what I take when I travel. If I'm worried about food poisoning, hell, I mean, I'm just being candid. I've taken like a half bottle of this stuff in one go just because I've had some bad food and I'm like, oh, that does not feel good. I'll take this, okay? I have my kids take this. Yes, you can open the capsules and you can pour it into food. It's totally good. I mean, I don't know how you overdose unless you have like constipation issues. The issues with taking too much too fast has to do with all of that binding action can cause discomfort, but it's not bad. It's actually a good discomfort. It's just, you just don't know. Most people aren't like me and like, screw it, I'm gonna get it done with fast. I don't care how it feels. So super good ingredient. Ultimate Probiotic. Ultimate Probiotic is not a Lactobacillus bifidobacterium probiotic. It's not that type of probiotic. Most probiotics are Lactobacillus bifidobacterium probiotics. We call these receding probiotics. In order for most of these to survive digestion, they have to work by way of some form of a gimmick, a special capsule coating, something like that to survive digestion. And then they throw an absolute crazy amount of CFUs in it. The concept behind those probiotics is that you are lacking those strains in your gut. And if you have an abundance of those strains, the clinical research says it has XYZ benefit to your system, okay? Those are good. We're not discounting those, but this is not that approach. Ultimate Probiotic is what we would call a gut gardener probiotic. It has environmental probiotics. They naturally survive digestion. They've been clinically studied to survive digestion. You can go research the strains. This has Bacillus subtilis, Bacillus clausii, Bacillus coagulans, S. boulardii, and Pediococcus acidilacti in it, okay? This does not require tens of billions of CFUs. It's more about how effective they are versus overshooting the mark. And I would argue, if you look at the research, more CFUs, even in Lactobacillus bifidobacterium probiotics, does not mean better. The research does not support that, just so you're aware. It just looks cool on a label. This doesn't require that. The reason that we use this probiotic with this when we're trying to clean up the system is because the strains in Ultimate Probiotic have competitive exclusion qualities. It means these strains do not play well with pathogens. They drive them out. These strains, the Bacillus subtilis, Bacillus coagulans, Bacillus clausii, and S. boulardii survive in the presence of antibiotics. In many instances, those specific strains taken with antibiotics have been shown to improve the outcomes of antibiotics. These are strains that have been clinically shown to help prevent imbalances of the gut caused by antibiotics. So very effective probiotic. The strains, let's just start off with some of the basics you probably want to know about. The Bacillus coagulans, the Bacillus subtilis, and Bacillus clausii together in the clinical research studies shows a 60% reduction in the biomarkers of leaky gut issues over 30 days without any dietary adjustments, okay? So very effective on the gut barrier. Both of these products are extremely effective at helping cleaning up the system. They will help restore a healthy gut barrier. They will help improve healthy inflammatory responses, which is the legal way for me to say that to address inflammation stuff. Both of them have shown to be very effective at helping with immune function, which a lot of people are interested in, okay? So this is helping with the underlying functional issues that most people should be trying to address with a cleanup protocol. This is very effective. You're going to do this product. You're going to take 4 of these with or without food once a day. You're going to take 2 probiotics with food once a day. That's the protocol. You're going to do it for 90 to 120 days. And then you're going to go to the build-up protocol. Once the system's clean, the garden is ready for it, and the soil is healthy, and you've cleared out all the weeds. That is the appropriate time to go bonkers on building Akkermansia prevotella, F. prausnitzii, Krishnasella, all the other crap I can't pronounce, all the special probiotic strains. Knock yourself out. After that, if you want to go nuts on standard Lactobacillus bifidobacterium probiotics, go for it. That said, the strains in this, like for example, Bacillus coagulans, by way of how it functions and how it's clearing out the system, it has been clinically studied and shown to significantly increase Lactobacillus and bifidobacterium strains. It's not replanting them. It's making the environment hospitable and friendly and open, meaning getting rid of the weeds, allowing space for those type of beneficial bacteria to thrive. That's how it's working. So this is the kit we use for most people. It is where I want most people to start. I hope this helps. You're welcome. Bye.